Yeah, you saw that right. Erd doesn't even come up with their own shit. Erd Cartoon is a YouTuber with close to 200k subscribers who makes particularly unsettling videos targeted at children. In the comments section, we can clearly identify remarks left by such children. They use characters from the show Digital Circus, which pulls in these kids as they are familiarised with such characters. Digital Circus was not made specifically for a kid audience, but is popular amongst them nonetheless. We can tell this is a deliberate strategy as they've used characters from another kid-related franchise, Inside Out. Erd Cartoon is also especially fond of reusing their own clips, so every video of theirs ends up being a compilation of their already existing content. Which, honestly, is not all that shocking from a content farm. Content farms target kids due to their complacency with low-quality content. That's the only reason they've got close to 200k subscribers. Like I showed in the beginning, even these clips are not their original work, as they frequently rip off another animator, Amazio Corafor, without so much as crediting them, or other works for that matter. In one of their recent videos, they copied an award-winning short film, In a Heartbeat. It's frustrating to see the lack of self-awareness. So, with that context, let's move on to the details of their active attempt to take down my channel.
False copyright strikes.
So, it's Sunday. I'm working on the next video for you guys, while also trying to finish my drawing, the one I plan to use to represent myself in videos. You can imagine how exhausted I was juggling all of this. Now picture my mood when I opened YouTube and was greeted by a message informing me of a copyright strike on my channel. Yeah, I was furious. The strike led to the removal of the classic "please consider removing your channel" video. Ironically, this was a video about a different channel, GMCraft, which just so happens to be oddly similar to Erd. Naturally, I checked the highlighted claim segment in my video and compared it to the original work. It was a 15-second clip I used from their entire video. Initially, I thought maybe the creator who issued the strike was salty because their video only got 17k views in 10 months, while mine had over 60k. But then I decided to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it was all a mistake. So I reached out to them politely to sort it out. You know, being civil and respectful and all that. But their reply was interesting. They were basically blaming me for one of their videos getting demonetized. Like, are you serious? Shouldn't this be old news to you by now? I've only been here for 6 months, and even I've learned that videos can start off monetized and still end up demonetized weeks later. And no, I didn't jump to some wild conclusion about a mass reporting conspiracy. YouTube isn't obligated to act on reports just because there's a ton of them. They act when the content is reviewed and actually violates advertiser-friendly policies. So instead of blaming me, maybe take a closer look at your content. Oh, and then they went on to recommend that I change my content. I can't, man. A faceless TTS YouTuber got under your skin this much? Boo-hoo, go outside. It's not that deep. Anyway, before I even got that blatant confession of abusing the copyright strike system, I received yet another strike in the same time frame, this time courtesy of the guest of honour themselves. Erd Cartoon. You love to see it. Erd Cartoon's strike was a little different from GMCraft's. This one's pending, meaning I think I have like 3 days before my video titled, "Why are you still uploading? Stop that!" gets automatically deleted and the strike becomes finalised. For this video, they highlighted 16 seconds. It could have been 5 seconds, doesn't really matter. Their intent to hit me with a strike regardless is crystal clear. What's also clear is the apparent connection between GMCraft and Erd Cartoon. They could be friends, the same person, or maybe Erd only met GM for the first time because of this whole situation. If that's the case, I guess I can be proud of my role in helping them establish their bond. So I reached out to Erd about the strike, and they left me on scene. I don't know. Maybe they're cringing from the irony, or maybe they're genuinely clueless about how self-incriminating it is to associate with someone who openly admitted to misusing the copyright system. Nevertheless, they're all going to find out the hard way. So I went back to GMCraft to respond. I started by acknowledging their frustration and letting them know that I wasn't trying to harm their work or livelihood. I even apologized if the title of my video caused them stress or attracted negative attention. But I pointed out that the actual video didn't have the tone they were accusing me of. It wasn't some call to action or anything like that. Then I gave them some context. When I made that video, I had about 3,000 subscribers. The title was just a joke my audience would have understood at the time. But my channel has grown really quickly, 17,000 subscribers in just 2 months. And I realise now that with a bigger audience, the title might have been interpreted differently. That's something worth considering here. Next, I addressed the copyright strike. After consulting with legal counsel, I explained that copyright strikes are supposed to be for actual copyright infringement, like stealing someone's work, not for situations where someone doesn't like how people react to a video. Based on what they said, it seemed like their strike wasn't about my video violating copyright law, but more about their belief that my video triggered certain behaviours in others. That's not what copyright law is for. Using it this way could backfire on them. And let's be real, misusing the system doesn't just hurt me, it weakens it for everyone. I also clarified my stance. My video was a critique of their animation. I used short clips in a way that aligns with fair use rules, transforming the content by adding humour, commentary and analysis. It wasn't just copying their work, and it didn't replace it. After all that yapping, I proposed a solution. I'd change the title of my video and add a clear disclaimer stating that I don't support harassment or disruptive behaviour toward their work. But I made it clear, if they didn't accept my proposal, I'd have no choice but to make a video addressing this whole situation. And well, now we're here. Not only did they refuse my proposal, but they went a step further and threatened to take down my entire channel by hitting me with 5 strikes from thin air. Or I guess they're planning to rally everyone I've ever made a video on to strike me at the same time. Like, seriously? If this kind of thing actually worked with guaranteed success, do you think commentary channels would even exist on YouTube? Before, it was just 2 videos I was supposed to delete, and now they've added a 3rd. Let's say I do give in and delete them, what's next? What else am I going to have to delete in the future? Am I supposed to come to you for permission every time I want to make a video about someone? That's beyond ridiculous. And I'm not suddenly going to change my niche. People subscribed to my channel for a reason, and it definitely wasn't because they enjoy staring at my out-of-place channel banner. Sure, I plan on expanding and making videos about other things eventually, but I'm never going to stop creating the kind of content I make now. If you've got a problem with that, too bad. I know my rights, and I'm willing to fight for them. You mentioned some Congress of Degenerates or what you're calling your friends to help you take me down. That's cool. I don't have friends, but I do have a community. And the commentary community isn't going to stand by and let this happen, not because they care about me personally, but because of the principles you'd be breaking and the precedent you'd leave for other losers like you to follow. And if anyone else is going through something similar, no matter how small or insignificant you might feel, don't be afraid to speak up and never give in. My channel was removed by YouTube itself at one point, and I still managed to recover from that. Do you honestly think I'm afraid of you? I'm the absolute worst person for you to try and threaten. The funniest part is, I might have actually listened to your plea if you hadn't hit me with strikes first. If you just messaged me and tried appealing to my empathetic side.
Yeah, I totally would have given in.
But now, you're done. If we have to raise funds to help Amazie sue Erd for their blatant theft, the community will step up. You've given everyone a solid reason to want to invest in that. Nobody likes a sore loser. GMCraft, for some baffling reason, has decided to blame me as the sole cause for their video losing impressions. More specifically, they're pointing fingers at comments and complaints left by what they assume are subscribers of mine. There's so much wrong in that claim that I couldn't even muster the energy to reply anymore. But let me break it down for you here. First off, ad suitability on a video doesn't limit its reach. The only time impressions on a video drop is when it's age restricted, as age-restricted content doesn't get recommended on YouTube's homepage anymore. For example, my video on Sprunker was demonetized from the start, yet it's sitting at close to 50k views. For a channel my size, that's pretty decent. Secondly, negative comments and even dislikes don't limit a video's reach on YouTube. If anything, they boost it. All interaction, good or bad, is great for the algorithm. Furthermore, me making a video on you would actually drive more traffic your way. People who didn't know you before might search for you out of curiosity, and some might even subscribe. Not everyone who sees my content will automatically find yours appalling. So yeah, blaming me for your video's performance is not only misguided, but also shows a complete misunderstanding of how YouTube works. So GMCraft, and any future personalities who might pop up, go ahead and take down my channel. My attorney has thoroughly examined this case. We've gathered all the evidence we need, and you'll soon receive the copyright counter notification from YouTube under my legal representative. Let me remind you, abuse of the copyright strike system can lead to the termination of your account, along with potential legal consequences. Retract these strikes immediately, however, and I'll pretend this never happened. Have a good day, everyone.